Section number 63 says that, let's say you're drawing a bill of exchange. You're drawing a bill of exchange. And the bill of exchange, நீ opposite partyக்கு கொடுத்து அவங்க அதை acknowledge பண்ணும். நான் bill of exchange draw பண்றேன்னா நான் drawer. நான் அதை opposite partyக்கு கொடுத்துருவேன். அவங்க அதை படிச்சுட்டு நான் ஒத்துக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு acknowledge பண்ணும். இதை acknowledge பண்றதுக்கு நீ அவங்களுக்கு எவ்வளோ டைம் கொடுக்கணும்? You should give them at least 48 hours. அப்படின்னா நீ இன்னைக்கு, let's say you are the drawer of the bill of exchange, இன்னைக்கு நீ கொடுத்துருக்கேன்னா immediate sign போடு, இப்போவே sign போடு அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. You have to give them at least 48 hours so that they can read it, and when they want they will accept it. How much time you have to give them? Reasonable time, which is 48 hours. ஆனா இந்த 48 hoursல என்னைக்காச்சும் public holiday na, that day will not be counted. Are you able to understand this? Public holiday day will not be counted. Is this absolutely clear? Is this one absolutely clear? Section number 63. Can we go to section number 64? Can we go to section number 64, which is presentment for payment? It says what? A promissory note, bills of exchange or check must be presented for payment to the person who is liable to pay. யாரு liable to pay அவங்களுக்கு நான் போய் அதை present பண்ணும், அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? Pay பண்ணுவாங்க. A promissory note must be presented to the maker. A bill of exchange must be presented to the acceptor. That is nothing but drawee. And a check must be presented to the bank. ஒரு check நான் let's say உனக்கு கொடுத்துட்டேன், I've given a check to Maitri. Only if Maitri takes it to the bank, they will make the payment. Bankக்கு எப்படி தெரியும் நான் செக் கொடுத்துருக்கேன்னு? அப்படின்னா payment will happen only when you present it. In case it's a promissory note, you have to present it to the maker. In case it's a bill of exchange, you have to present it to the drawee or acceptor. In case it is a check, you have to present it to the bank. அவங்களுக்கு போய் எடுத்துட்டு போய் கொடுத்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் they will pay it. அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி தெரியும் நான் உனக்கு செக் கொடுத்துருக்கேன்னு? Only when you go and present it. Is that clear? Is 64 clear, people? Right? Which says what? Presentment for payment. உனக்கு payment வேணுமா? Negotiable instrument எடுத்துட்டு போ. Take it to the person who has to make the payment. Take it to the maker in case of promissory note. Take it to the drawee in case of bill of exchange. Take it to the bank in case of a check. You take it, show it to them, they will make the payment. You have to present the instrument to get the payment. Right? Right? Okay, and remember, wherever it's a promissory note payable on demand and does not specify a particular place, promissory note is payable on demand. Abdina nee poi kaatnina, they will make the payment. You did not mention the place. That means on the due date, they will come to your place of business. They will come to your place of business or to your residence. You have to make the payment. They'll come to your place of business or resident. You have to make the payment. Ma'am, நான் physically போய் present பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா courier வழியா அனுப்பலாமா? Yes, you can send it. You can even send it through a registered post if as per your tradition, as per your area's custom tradition, it is allowed. உங்க businessல அது allowedனா நீங்க பண்ணலாம், பிரச்சனை இல்ல. Read this example. Suppose Rohan issues a promissory note in favor of Meera. Rohan issues a promissory note. So who is Rohan? He is the maker. He is the maker. Who is Meera? She is the payee. Right? Rohan is the maker and Priya is the payee. When the note becomes payable, Meera must present the note to Rohan. Due date anikku Meera must take the promissory note to Rohan, being the maker for the payment. Similarly, if it is a bill of exchange accepted by Rohan, it must be presented to Rohan for payment. If Rohan is a drawee, on the due date you take it to him, he will make the payment. And if Rohan has given the check on the due date, you don't go to Rohan, go to the bank. Go to the bank, they will make the payment. Is 64 clear? Is 64 clear? 63, 64, both clear. Can we go to 65? Very simple. If you read, you will understand. These examples I've taken from the questions that have been asked, so that's easier for you also. Look at this. Presentment for payment must be done during the usual business hours. Let's say today is the due date. Let's say 8th of August is the due date. 8th of August அன்னைக்கு எத்தனை மணிக்கு ஆஃபீஸ்க்கு வருவேன்? You will come at night, midnight, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock? No, you should come during business hours. You should come during business hours. And if it's a check, go during banking hours. In case it's a check, then whenever the bank is working, let's say bank works from 9 to 4, you have to go. Business hours, 9 to 6, you have to go. Right? Suppose a check is required to be presented for payment to the bank, abdina, the holder cannot ordinarily insist on presenting the check in midnight. No, you have to go during the usual banking hours, maybe 9 to 4 or 9 to 3, whenever is the usual banking hours. Is this section absolutely clear, people? Section number 63, 64, 65, clear? Another simple section. presentment for payment of instrument payable after date or after sight. Either the instrument is payable after date, that is என்ன date எழுதிருக்கோ அதுக்கப்புறம் it will be payable, or பார்த்ததுக்கப்புறம் after sight. அப்போ நீங்க எப்போ present பண்ணும்? A promissory note, bills of exchange payable at a specified period after a specified date or after sight must be presented for payment on its maturity. Clear-ஆ எழுதிருக்கு. Let's say எழுதிருக்கு 4 months after date. 4 months after date. அப்படின்னா date என்னைக்கு எழுதிருக்கு? 8th of August. 8th of Augustல இருந்து 4 months கழிச்சு நான் pay பண்ணுவேன் அப்படின்னா due date என்னைக்கு வரும்? 8th of Augustல இருந்து 4 months கழிச்சு. என்னைக்கு மெச்சூர் ஆகுதோ அன்னைக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போ. அன்னைக்கு present it, they will make the payment. அன்னைக்கு present it, they will make the payment. Right? For 61 to 77, no need to remember the section numbers. Okay, if you are able to recall the provision, that's more than sufficient. Till the previous part, till that previous part that I taught you yesterday, you have to remember the section. There's nothing, there's no compromise there. Is that clear? This one, yes. If you are able to remember the provision, more than sufficient. Are you able to remember this? மெச்சூரிட்டி டேட் அன்னைக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போன்னு சொல்றாங்க. இஃப் இட் இஸ் ஆஃப்டர் டேட் ஆர் ஆஃப்டர் சைட், ஆஃப்டர் பார்த்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் 4 மாசம் கழிச்சுனா 4 மாசம் கழிச்சு எடுத்துட்டு போ. அந்த டேட்டுக்கு அப்புறம் 4 மாசம் கழிச்சுனா அதுக்கப்புறம் எடுத்துட்டு போ. You only when maturity date comes you can go for presentment. Okay, presentment for payment of promissory note payable in installment. Let's say I and Chroma have come into an agreement. I told Chroma I'll pay you. Give me the fridge, I'll pay you. But I'll pay you in 2 installments. அப்படினா first installment க்கு due date எப்போ வரும்? Let's say 6 மாசம் கழிச்சு நான் first installment pay பண்ண போறேனா due date for first installment is after 6 months. அப்ப 6 months கழிச்சு I can only ask the first installment, not the whole payment. அதுக்கு அடுத்த 6 months கழிச்சு I'll ask for the next installment. Installmentல payment பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா for the negotiable instrument, you will take the negotiable instrument after each installment gets over. The due date comes after each installment. That's it. Next is section number 68. Presentment for payment of instrument payable at a specified place, not elsewhere. I clearly told you, என்னோட வீட்ல due date அன்னைக்கு என்னோட office space which is there in T Nagar, அங்க வந்து தான் நீ present பண்ணுனா அங்க தான் present பண்ணும். வேற எங்க மேம் நான் இந்த ஸ்டார்பக்ஸ்ல நிக்கிறேன், இங்க வந்து வாங்கிக்கீங்களா, உங்க ஆபீஸ்க்கு ரொம்ப பக்கத்துல தான் இருக்கு, ஐ வில் நாட் கம். நான் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா சொல்லிருக்கேன் எங்க பிரசன்ட் பண்ணனும்னு, அங்க தான் பிரசன்ட் பண்ணும். இஃப் பிளேஸ் இஸ் மென்ஷன்ட் இட் should be presented in the place. இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் பாரு. சப்போஸ் நிதின் issues a check to Pooja which is specifically made payable at XYZ Bank 123 Main Street Chennai and not elsewhere. கிளியரா நான் சொன்னேன், இத நீ எங்க வந்து வாங்கிக்கணும்? XYZ Bank 123 Main Street Chennai. Okay, Pooja must present the check for payment at that specified branch. வேற எங்கயோ போன செக் டிஸ்ஆனர் ஆயிடுச்சு, என்கிட்ட வந்துராது. ஆர் பேமெண்ட் பண்ணல, என்கிட்ட வந்துராது. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? 68 69 இங்க பாரு, 68 to 69 ஒண்ணுதான். ரெண்டுமே என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா ஸ்பெசிஃபைட் பிளேஸ் மென்ஷன் ஆயிருக்கு அப்படின்னா ஸ்பெசிஃபைட் பிளேஸ்ல தான் பிரசன்ட்மென்ட் பண்ணும். மேம் அப்புறம் ஏன் மேம் அதுக்கு ரெண்டு செக்ஷன்? 68ல நீ பாத்தீங்கன்னா 3 நெகோஷியபிள் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்டும் கவர் ஆயிடும். ப்ராமிசரி நோட் 68ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா 3 நெகோஷியபிள், ப்ராமிசரி நோட், பில் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச், செக். ஆனா இங்க ரெண்டே இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் தான் கவர் ஆகும், ப்ராமிசரி நோட், பில் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச். பட் தி செக்ஷன் இஸ் தி சேம். ரைட்? சோ அதனால 68க்கும் 69க்கும் பெரிய டிஃபரன்ஸ் எதுவுமே கிடையாது. அடுத்தது செக்ஷன் நம்பர் 70. presentment where no exclusive place is mentioned. place mention ஆகல, அப்போ எங்க present பண்ணும்? place mention ஆகல, அப்போ எங்க present பண்ணும்? place mention ஆகலனா அவங்களோட office place, where their place of business is there, இல்ல அவங்களோட residence. Either their place of business or their residence. Suppose Manoj issues a promissory note to Isha but does not mention any particular place where the payment is to be made. அப்படி மென்ஷன் பண்ணல அப்படின்னா மனோஜ் கேரிஸ் ஆன் த பிசினஸ் அட் சென்னை அண்ட் நார்மலி ரெசைட்ஸ் தேர் அப்படின்னா நான் சென்னையில தான் போய் அதை பிரசன்ட் பண்ணும், இன் இஸ் பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் பிசினஸ் ஆர் இன் இஸ் யூஷுவல் ரெசிடென்ஸ். இஸ் தட் கிளியர்? இஸ் தட் கிளியர்? செக்ஷன் 69 covers only 2 installments. Not exactly. Section 69 covers only 2 installments, not exactly. Section 71. Section 71. Presentment where maker, drawee, etc. has no knowledge about the place of business. நம்ம என்ன சொன்னோம்னா ஒன்னு specified place of business mention ஆயிக்கும், அங்க போய் கொடுங்க. That is 68 and 69. 70 is if there is no specified place of business, go to their residence or go to their place of business. Now here is அவன் எங்க கொடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லல, அவன் பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் பிசினஸும் எனக்கு தெரியாது, அவன் ரெசிடென்ஸும் எனக்கு தெரியாது. நான் என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஐ டு நாட் நோ திஸ். நான் என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஹீ இஸ் அ நோமேடிக் பர்சன். ஒரு நாள் இங்க இருப்பான், இன்னொரு நாள் அங்க இருப்பான், எங்க இருக்கானே எனக்கு தெரியல. ஐ டோன்ட் நோ இஸ் ரெசிடென்ஸ். இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணும்? சப்போஸ் ராகுல் இஷ்யூஸ் அ ப்ராமிசரி நோட் டு ஸ்னேஹா பட் ராகுல் ஹஸ் நோ பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் பிசினஸ் ஆர் நோ ஃபிக்ஸ்ட் ரெசிடென்ஸ். He does not have a place of business. He keeps roaming here and there. What will I do? Either he should tell me where to present, or he should tell me, if he is not telling me, I should either know his residence or his place of business. எதுவுமே எனக்கு தெரியல, இவன் எங்க இருக்கானே எனக்கு தெரியல, டியூ டேட் வந்துச்சு, நான் எங்க போய் present பண்ணுவேன்? In that case, the note does not specify any place of payment. Sneha later finds Rahul at a particular location. என்னால அவனை கண்டே பிடிக்க முடியல, அவனுக்கு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா எந்த பிளேஸுமே இல்லை. நான் அப்படியே எதிர்ச்சி அவனை ரோட்ல பார்த்தேன். Can I make the presentment? Yes. Can I do it in the road? Yes. Because neither did this guy tell me where to present, nor does he have a place of business, nor does he have a usual residence. Wherever I find him, I can present it. He's sitting with his friends. I got the information. He's chilling in Starbucks with his friends. I will go there and present it. Okay? If I have no information about the residence, I can go wherever he is available and present it. Section number 62, presentment of check to charge drawer. Presentment of check to charge drawer. Look at this. Suppose Varun draws a check on XYZ bank in favor of Riya. Varun is drawing the check and giving it to Riya and telling Riya, you go to the bank, you go to my bank, which is XYZ bank, give them the check, avanga unak payment பண்ணிடுவாங்க. Riya must present the check to XYZ bank for payment within relevant period. Right, within relevant period, before any change take place in the relationship between Varun and XYZ. Remember the example I told you of Nirav Modi and Punjab National Bank? Riya should present the check to the XYZ bank before the relationship between XYZ and Varun changes. Abdina, now let's say bank enough money is there. If Riya goes, bank will clear the check. But what if in that XYZ bank, Nirav Modi has a bank account. He took the entire loan from the bank, ran away. Bank has become bankrupt. What to do? Now, sorry, Riya, you cannot do anything. Before the relationship between the person who has given you the check and the bank changes, you should have gone and presented it. Right? How will Riya know about it? Riya will not know about it. We are just telling that in case of this bankruptcy cases, you cannot blame Varun, because Varun is not the only party who suffered. And the bank la yaar 2 லட்சம் பேர் account வச்சிருந்தாங்களோ எல்லாருக்குமே இதே நிலைமைதான். You cannot tell Varun that you have dishonored the check. No, because here see, bank itself has become bankrupt. What will Varun do? Are you able to understand? If Riya delays the presentment and during the delay, the bank's position changes to Varun's prejudice, Varun may be discharged from the liability. The court will tell, then how will Riya recover? She will not be able to recover, guys. She will not be able to recover. Now you see, நீ ரியாவோட பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூல இருந்து மட்டும் யோசிக்காத. வருணோட பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட்ல காசு இருக்கு. இப்போ இந்த நிரவ் மோதி நீ ஏதோ ஒரு பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட் ஹோல்டர் காசெல்லாம் திருடிட்டு போனதுனால everyone is suffering. Here you don't just see from Riya's point of view, think about Varun also. No, his fault also, there's nothing his fault. Is there any fault of Varun? No. Is it his fault that he maintained his bank account with Punjab National Bank? No. Bank has become bankrupt. What will Varun do? He itself is suffering. His entire life savings are gone. What will Varun do? So we told it's okay, leave him. We cannot do anything because the relationship between Varun and bank has changed. Before that, if Riya presented and Varun is not making the payment, we'll go for 138 and all. But now what we'll do? Are you able to understand? Next is section 73. Presentment of check to charge any other person. Read this example. Suppose Amit receives a check from Samir and endorses and delivers it to Riya. Amit receives the check from Samir. Samir gave the check to Amit. Amit receives the check from Samir and he endorses it to Riya. Riya wants to hold Samir liable as an endorser in case check is dishonored. Check yaru kudta? Amit receives a check from Samir and endorses it to Riya. Now, if Riya is HIDC, if Riya is HIDC, she can hold Amit also responsible. She can hold Samir also responsible. Right? Anybody before that can be held responsible. Right? Is that clear? Therefore, Riya must present the check for payment within reasonable time after it is delivered by Amit. If she unreasonably delays the presentment, Samir may not be liable. Samir may not be liable if she goes after 3 months. Yes, but if she's gone within the time and then also check is not getting cleared, then she can sue all the parties. but she can sue all the parties. Is it clear? You would have learned this in bills of exchange also. Riya will hold the collar of Amit. Amit will hold the collar of Samir. Can we do that? Have you learned this? Have you learned this? They will hold each other's collar. Can we blame each other? Yes, you can go till the top. From where it got endorsed, you can sue all of them. Right? Next is, a negotiable instrument payable on demand must be presented within reasonable time after it is received by the holder. Ma'am, what does it mean? Read this. Arjun gives Neha a promissory note which is payable on demand. Ideally, promissory note are not payable on demand. Ideally, promissory note are not payable on demand. Don't come in the chat box telling how can we do, RBI, this section, that section. I know. Just for example, Arjun gives Neha a promissory note which is payable on demand. Now we told Neha, listen, this is the promissory note. After 1 month, come and get the payment. Or it is payable on demand. Whenever you want, come and get the payment. Riya is coming after 25 years. Will we make the payment? No, come within reasonable time. Even if it is payable on demand, you cannot come after 2 years, 3 years. I will not even know that I gave something like that. Arjun will not even remember that he gave something like a promissory note. So come within reasonable time. Even though it is payable on demand, you cannot come whenever you feel like it. Come within reasonable time. Is that clear? Next is, presentment by or to agent, representative of deceased or assignee of an insolvent. Suppose Rakesh has issued a promissory note in favor of Simran. Rakesh has issued it. So Rakesh is the maker, Simran is the payee. But before the note becomes payable, Rakesh dies. Rakesh has made a promissory note, given it to Simran. Simran cannot present the note to Rakesh personally because that guy is dead. Now if she has to present, she should also die, which is not possible, right? So Simran cannot present the note to Rakesh personally because he is not even there. She may present it to Rakesh, legal representative. Right? Even not to Rakesh, she can present it to his legal representative saying that, listen, your dad gave me this promissory note. Now is the due date, you have to pay it. He had delivered it to me, now it's the due date, you have to pay it. Similarly, if Rakesh has been declared insolvent, Simran can present it to the assignee. If Rakesh is alive but he has appointed an authorized agent, Rakesh is a big businessman, he's telling, don't talk to me, talk to my agent. Right? Don't talk to me, talk to my agent. Then can I present it to the agent? Yes, I can present it to the agent. Is that clear? Can we go to 75A? Very, very simple. If you read with examples, everything is clear. You don't have to stress on remembering the section for this part. Section 75A. Excuse for delay in presentment for acceptance or payment. Usually on the due date, you have to present the negotiable instrument. But let's say on the due date, COVID-19 came. I cannot even get out of my house. How will I present it? So after COVID-19 got over, after 1 year I went. I know within reasonable time we should come. But COVID-19 came. What will I do? Will I be excused for the delay? Yes. Ideally on the due date I should have gone. If you go later, they will not pay you. But COVID-19 came. What will I do? Will I risk my life to get that 10,000 rupees? No. So I came after 1 year when the lockdown and all was lifted. Will the delay be excused? Yes, the delay will be excused. This is a new section that was inserted during the time, 75A. Is that clear? Last two sections. 76. When presentment is unnecessary. Listen to this carefully. Section 76. Siddharth, the doubt that you're asking, it's a different case. I'll explain it. Wait. Section 76. Presentment is unnecessary. Usually, listen to this carefully. Let's say I am the maker of the instrument and Siddharth is the payee. I am the maker. Siddharth is the payee. I've given him a promissory note. DT is the maker. Siddharth is the payee. On the due date, Siddharth is supposed to come to me. And he will tell, ma'am, you gave me this promissory note, make the payment. Now, if I on the due date reject it, telling adala Siddharth kudukka mudiyadhu or enkita kaas illa appdin sonna, it will be considered as a dishonor of the instrument and Siddharth can go to the court. Till here is it clear? DT is the maker of the instrument. Siddharth is the person who is the payee. On the due date, ideally, he is supposed to present it to me. And after presenting, if I tell adana kaasu katta mudiyadhu, he can go to the court and file a case against dishonor. But this I am reading, I am interpreting the law. I am saying, oh, only if he presents it for payment and I reject, he can go to the court. Only then it is a dishonor. So what I will do is, on the due date, let me not pick Siddharth's call. Let me lock my door and go somewhere. Only if he presents, I reject it, then only dishonor. No. I will not even tell that I reject. I will not even be visible in his eyes. உனக்கு புரியுதா நீ ஆக்சுவலி பிரசன்ட் பண்ணி அவங்க அதை வந்து காசு கட்ட முடியாதுன்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா தான் அது டிஸானர், நீ கோர்ட்டுக்கு போக முடியும். நீ பிரசன்ட்டே பண்ண அவங்க அலோவ் பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. அவங்க நீ ஃபோன் அடிச்சா எடுக்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. வீட்டுக்கு போற அங்க இல்ல, அவங்களோட அட்ரஸ்ல இல்ல, அவங்களுக்கு ஆஃபீஸ்ல போற ஆஃபீஸ் இஸ் க்ளோஸ்ட். Office is closed. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? In the case, the act is trying to protect Siddharth. It's telling, listen, Siddharth, if Deepika is deliberately doing this, because she is thinking law says only when you present and payment is not made, it is a dishonor. Only when you present, payment is not made, it is a dishonor. Akshay, I am coming to that only. So here, 76 protects Siddharth. It tells Siddharth, in case Deepika is doing like this, deliberately she is not picking your call, she is not available in the place where she told she will be available, then presentment is not a necessary condition. Then presentment is not a necessary condition. Even if you did not present to her, it's okay. On the due date, she didn't pick your call. On the due date, she was not available. It is considered as dishonor. Presentment is not important. Are you able to understand this? Yes, Kasturi. So the payee is assumed to have presented it because he is making an attempt. He is calling me. He is coming and standing in front of my office. I am deliberately locking the door and sitting inside because only when I see him and tell enkita kasu illa, he can go to the court telling she is dishonored. So adu solradhukku I am not available. If you do like that, court is telling, if you are bad, I am your dad. We will protect Siddharth. We will protect Siddharth. That is what is this section. Is 76 clear? And the different cases, but 76 idea is clear. Now see. Intentional prevention of presentment. Venune, you are not doing it. See, Arun, the maker of the promissory note, is aware of the due date. Enakku theriyum inniki da due date nu. But deliberately avoids being available or accessible to Priya. Priya call அடிச்சா எடுக்கல, அவ ஆபீஸ்க்கு வர ஆபீஸை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு எங்கேயோ போயிட்டேன், வீட்டுக்கு போறா வீட்டை லாக் பண்ணிட்டு எங்கேயோ போயிட்டேன், ரைட்? Deliberately you're making yourself unavailable. Priya is not able to present the negotiable instrument to you. Since Arun has intentionally prevented the presentment, Priya is not required to actually present. The instrument may be treated as dishonored. I will not wait for Arun. I will not wait for Arun to come and tell that no, it is dishonored. No, I don't have money. No, it is assumed to be dishonored. Why were you not available? Why you didn't pick her call? Why were you not there in your office? It is presumed to be dishonored. Is that clear? One is you're not accessible. And another, you told come to my place of business. We studied in the previous section. Specified place of business. You told come to my place of business on the due date, I'll pay you. She's coming, you are not available. Suppose Vikram's bill of exchange is payable at the office. But when Neha attempts to present the bill for payment during the usual business hours on the business day, she finds that office has been deliberately closed. Office has been deliberately closed. I'm not able to reach that guy. It was supposed to be paid at a specific place. I went to that place. He's not there. What will I do? It is deemed to be dishonored. It is deemed to be dishonored. Presentment is not necessary. Absence at specified place. He told come to Starbucks. I'll make the payment. I'm going and sitting in Starbucks. Believing this guy, I ordered 2 coffee also. Saying that once he makes the payment, I'll pay 2,000 rupees for coffee. I'm sitting, ordered 2 coffee, drank also. Then only I realized this guy is not coming. Told a specified place. You are not coming to the specified place. It is deemed to be dishonored. Look at this. Suppose Rohan issues a check payable at a specified branch of XYZ bank. When Meera goes to the branch during the usual banking hours to present the check, no authorized person is available to make the payment. And the bankla watchman தவிர வேற யாரும் இல்ல. வேணும்னே அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பேங்கோட அட்ரஸ் கொடுத்தா அங்க போன்னு சொல்லிருக்கான். Sorry. Presentment is not necessary. It is assumed to be dishonored. Is it clear, people? Is it clear? Next is inability to locate. Inability to locate. Suppose Karan holds a check drawn by Amit and tries to locate Amit for payment. But despite making reasonable efforts, we are not able to find Amit. Amit is playing hide and seek with us. Amit is gone underground. What will we do? Is our job only searching Amit? No. It is deemed to be dishonored. engaged to pay despite non-presentment. Suppose Aditya, the maker of the promissory note, expressly agrees to pay the amount due to Kavya even if the promissory note is not presented. Aditya is telling Kavya on the due date, even if you don't come to me, I will come to you and make the payment. He clearly told presentment is not important. He himself is telling, this is a specific contract. He himself is telling, don't come for presentment, I will make the payment. Don't worry, don't come. Okay, you are a very busy person, don't come. On the due date, I'll make the payment. Presentment is not necessary. Avane enna solra, presentment is not necessary. Then it will not be necessary. Then later Aditya cannot tell, ava vandu present pannala, adanal da na payment pannala. No, you guys agreed that presentment is not important. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? Next is waiver or part payment after maturity. Waiver or part payment after maturity. Look at this example. Suppose the acceptor of the bill of exchange after the due date for presentment acknowledges the amount due to RIA and makes part payment towards the bill. He acknowledges and part payment means half of the payment is made, indicating his willingness to settle the remaining amount. He is telling, now I have given you half, other half I will give you little later. Since he has acknowledged the liability and made part payment with knowledge that the bill was not presented on time, he cannot subsequently take advantage of the default. Let's say after the due date, after the reasonable time or something only, the person is going, still you accepted. You did not raise an objection. Why you are coming after the due date? You did not raise an objection. You accepted. Then you cannot later go and tell there was a default and presentment. No. The last point of this section is drawer not suffering damage. Suppose Suresh issues a check to Ananya with the understanding that check will not be presented immediately. Suresh gives a check to Ananya and tell Ananya don't present it immediately. Suresh will not suffer any loss or prejudice because of delay of presentment. He knows that Ananya will not go immediately. Ananya will go later only. Even though Ananya goes later, he has to make the payment. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? This is the entire section number 76. Very, very simple. Other sections were very plain vanilla, right? Is it simple? Can we go to the last section, section number 77? Section number 77 is very simple. It is very simple. Section number 77 is banking case and all. How do they irritate you? Let's say I gave a check. Let's suppose I gave a check to Vignesh. I gave a check to Sai Vignesh. I told boss, this is the check. Go to the bank, they'll make the payment. He goes to the bank, goes to SBI. You know how people in SBI are. He goes and gives it to them. It is 10 o'clock. They are telling lunchtime. They're telling lunchtime. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. They're telling lunchtime, come later. SBI always, 24 hours they are in lunchtime. Right? So they're telling come later, come later, come later. Now what happens is, he says, okay, what to do? These people are like that only. I'll come after 1 hour. And what happens is, the person who took the check, who took the check from Vignesh and told come after 1 hour, he put the check somewhere. He is not able to find it. Now, only if check is there, Vignesh will able to present it and get it cleared and make the payment. செக் அவன் எஸ்பிஐ கிட்ட கொடுத்துட்டு அவங்க சொன்னாங்கன்னு 2 மணி நேரம் கழிச்சு வந்தான். எஸ்பிஐல அந்த மேனேஜர் அந்த செக்கை என்ன பண்ணிட்டான்? தொலைச்சிட்டான். அந்த செக்கை என்ன பண்ணிட்டான்? தொலைச்சிட்டான். Now you tell me whose responsibility it is. நீ செக்கை கொடுத்துட்ட, அவன் வந்து சொன்னா 2 மணி நேரம் கழிச்சு வாங்க, நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க, லஞ்ச் டைம் இப்போ கொஞ்சம் லேட்டா வாங்க, 2 மணி நேரம் கழிச்சு நீ போற, செக் எங்க வச்சோன்னு தெரியலன்றான். நிறைய செக் இருந்ததா, உங்க செக் எங்கேயோ போயிடுச்சு அப்படின்றான். அவர் எங்கேயோ கீழே விழுந்திருக்கும், யாராவது தெரியாம எடுத்துட்டு போய்ப்பாங்க. நீ செக்கை கொடுத்துருக்க, செக் இருந்தாதான் பேமெண்ட் நடக்கும். அப்போ என்ன பண்றது? That is what is section number 77. Liability of banker for negligently dealing with the bill presented for payment. அவன் உனக்கு செக்கை கொடுத்தா, you dealt with it in a negligent manner, you were careless. What will be the repercussions? Look at this. First one. Suppose Rohan holds a bill of exchange accepted by Meera, which is made payable at XYZ bank on a specified date. It's almost like a check made payable at XYZ bank. On the due date, Rohan presents the bill to XYZ bank for payment at a specified bank. Since the bill had been duly presented at the bank where the payment is required to be made, the bank is expected to deal with it properly. When Vignesh gave the check, the bank is expected to keep it safely, keep it properly. You file and keep it, or you keep it in some manager's cabin, you keep it in the drawer, you will put it here and there and go. Your bank, you are expected to behave diligently. You are not expected to behave negligently. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? What is the duty of the banker? The duty of the banker when bill of exchange is duly presented for payment at a specified bank, which means that when a check is presented and the bank dishonors the bill by refusing to pay it, the banker has the duty to handle the bill with reasonable care and diligence. Even though the bill has been dishonored, you're supposed to return it properly. You cannot tell it is dishonored, tear and put it somewhere else. No. Duty of the banker, you have to return it to that person saying, sorry sir, you gave the check but the check got dishonored. Right? Suppose Priya presents a bills of exchange to XYZ for payment on the due date and the bill is payable at XYZ bank. The bank refuses to pay the bill. While dealing with the bill, XYZ bank must examine reasonable care and diligence. You can't just put it here and there. Even though the diligence means you use your common sense, behave responsibly. Diligence. You're supposed to behave responsibly. You cannot just put it here and there and go. Right? And in case you lose such a check or bill of exchange and all, you are only responsible. You are only responsible. And if you handle it negligently, bank, and if any loss is caused to the holder, the bank becomes liable. Because of you, now you have lost the check. Vignesh is coming to me, ma'am, give me one more check, the bank lost it. I am like, Vignesh, that and all I cannot give. I already made the payment. Bank lost it, you lost it. How will I know? That and all I will not give you. Now, bank has to repay Vignesh. ஏன்னா நான் விக்னேஷ்க்கு கொடுத்துற செக்கை அவன் பேங்க்குக்கு பொறுப்பா எடுத்துட்டு போய் கொடுத்துறான். நீ தான் 2 மணி நேரம் கழிச்சு வான SBI, அவன் 2 மணி நேரம் கழிச்சு போறா, நீ செக் தொலைஞ்சிச்சுன்ற. No, you are responsible. Repay Vignesh. Right? The bank is supposed to compensate for the losses if the losses is caused because of their negligence. Presentment and dishonor. Presentment and dishonor. Look at this. Suppose Kavya holds a bill of exchange accepted by Rohit, payable at XYZ bank. Kavya presents the bill to the bank on the due date for payment. The bank clerk mishandles the bill and delays the processing. Now the same thing like I told you, Vignesh goes. Actually, விக்னேஷ்க்கு இந்த காசு கிடைச்சாதான் அவனால வேற ஒருத்தருக்கு பேமெண்ட் பண்ண முடியும். அவன் வேற ஒருத்தரோட டீல் கிராக் பண்ணியிருக்கான், அதுக்கு பேமெண்ட் பண்ணோம். அவர் என்ன சொல்றாங்க, சாயந்தரத்துக்குள்ள வந்துட்டீங்கன்னா நான் இந்த கூட்ஸை உனக்கே வித்துடுவேன், இல்லாட்டி வேற யாருக்காச்சும் வித்துடுவேன். விக்னேஷ் என்ன யோசிக்கிறான், தீபிகா மேம் கிட்டே இருந்து எப்படி இருந்தாலும் காசு வரணும், அந்த காசை வாங்கி இமீடியட்டா இன்னைக்கே கொடுத்துட்டோம்னா நம்மளுக்கு கூட்ஸ் கிடைச்சிடும். இவன் வந்து என்கிட்ட இருந்து வந்து டக்குன்னு செக்கை வாங்கிட்டு ஓடி போறான். இஸ் ரன்னிங் அண்ட் கோயிங் டு எஸ்பிஐக்கு கொடுக்குறான். They are like lunch time, come later. Lunch time, come later. Okay, in the counter closed, go to the next counter. Like that, they are deliberately delaying. இவங்க delay பண்ணி அந்த செக் கிளியர் ஆகுறதுக்கு நைட் 9 மணி ஆயிடுச்சு. When you went to the other person, he is telling, நீங்க வரவே இல்லை, அதனால நான் அந்த கூட்ஸை வேற யாருக்கோ வித்துட்டேன். இப்போ இங்க பேங்கரோட நெக்லிஜென்ஸ்னால, பேங்கரோட டிலேனால எனக்கு என்ன ஆயிருக்கு, விக்னேஷ்க்கு என்ன ஆயிருக்கு, லாஸ் ஆயிருக்கு. விக்னேஷ் can recover that from the bank. Vignesh can tell, because you acted negligently, unnecessarily you did delay. Was there something wrong in the check? Was the signature not matching? No, everything was correct. Was everything written properly? Yes. Was account number correct? Yes. Then why did you delay the payment? If you delayed the payment because of that, if someone is suffering any loss, bank has to compensate for that. Okay, the banker is liable only where the holder suffers a lot due to the bank's negligence or improper handling of the bill. The compensation is intended to cover the loss that Vignesh covered. Is that clear, people? Is that clear? That ends your entire section. Up till 77. I know it's pretty simple bunch. You read it with example. That's why I've drafted this example. Maximum questions also, if they are asked in exam, it will be these kind of questions only. Right? Right, Akshaya? Yes, the bank will compensate for the loss. Yes, the bank will compensate for the loss. Let's do the last section of this particular chapter, section number 117. When a promissory note, bills of exchange or check is dishonored. When I present it to you on the due date, you dishonored. The holder suffers a loss, obviously. Because let's say I had accepted to a liability believing that you will make the payment. On the due date, you're coming and telling, no, I will dishonor. Because of you, I suffered a loss. What and all compensation I have? What and all compensation I have? Right? What and all compensation I have? Let's get back. What and all compensation I have? First is amount due to the holder. Look at this. The holder can recover the principal amount. That is, for example, if I gave you 80,000 rupees, the check got dishonored. I have the right to recover 80,000 and all reasonable expenses that are incurred for presentment, noting and protesting the instrument. Ma'am, presentment, noting and protesting, appadina another I'll tell you. Now, for example, the due date came. I had to come to Vignesh's office. For that, I booked a Ola. It cost me something, right? I came from my residence to Vignesh's office to collect the amount. To collect the amount, right? I came from my office to Vignesh's office to collect the amount. Now, because of this, I incurred a loss. Because of this, I incurred a loss. Because I came to his office, he's not making the payment also. I will be allowed to collect, let's say for Ola, I paid 500. I'll tell Vignesh, 80,000 also give 500 also. I have the right to collect 500 also. And now if a person dishonors the check, you know what happens? If a person dishonors the check, you know what happens? You can't immediately go to the court. First you will go to a notary. Public. And you will tell the notary public that the check has been dishonored. The notary publics are more like lawyers. What they will do, they will write a notice to you telling, hey Vignesh, Deepika is coming and telling me on the due date she presented the check and you declined, you dishonored it, you did not make the payment. Is that true? Are you going to make the payment or not? Like that, the notary public will send a notice, and the notice vandadukku appuram I can go to the court. அப்போ நோட்டரி பப்ளிக்கு இந்த நோட்டீஸ் பண்ணி கொடுக்கறதுக்கு அவன் என்ன எனக்கு ஃப்ரீயாக பண்ணி கொடுப்பா? இஸ் மை அங்கிள் ஆர் வாட்? ஸோ he'll ask me to make the payment. That payment, let's say I paid 2,000 rupees to get that notice prepared. That 2,000 rupees also I'll recover. So 80,000 actual principal amount, 500 Ola charges, 2,000 rupees for getting the noting done. Everything I'll recover from this guy. When I go to the court and file a case, the case will not be for recovering 80,000. No. It is no more about 80,000. It is 80,000. It is 80,000 plus that 500 rupees plus that 2,000 rupees. I can recover every charge, every loss that I've incurred. Right? Read here. Ria draws a bill on Aman for rupees 80,000. On the due date, Aman refuses to pay. Ria spends 1,500 for noting and protesting the bill. That is, I have to go to the notary public. They will write a notice and send it to them, asking that, hey, listen, this has come. This you have studied in accounts, very good. This you have studied in accounts, very good. So you have the right to recover not just 80,000 but 80,000 plus this noting charges. So total I can recover 81,500. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now this is the most important. If you don't listen, you will get confused. If you don't listen, you will get confused. Current rate of exchange. Current rate of exchange. See this question, otherwise you will get confused. Follow it, otherwise that's it only. Drawer is Arun. He draws the bill. Arun draws the bill. Acceptor is Bala. Bala is accepted. Acceptor, or in simple words for your understanding, you can call him drawee. And the holder or the payee is Charan. Holder or payee is Charan. Arun draws a bill on Bala for USD 1,000. US dollars 1,000. The bill is payable in USA. The bill is payable in USA. Charan is the holder of the bill. Charan is the holder. On the due date, Charan presents the bill in USA. Bala refuses to pay. What happens to the bill? The bill is dishonored. The bill is dishonored. Now, Charan comes back to India. Now, Charan comes back to India. He wants compensation. He wants compensation. Suppose on the date of dishonor, on the date when he dishonored, the rate was $1 is equal to 85. So he should have received how much? 85,000. Today, when Charan wants to recover, $1 is equal to 88. So if you calculate, it will become 88,000. If you become, it will calculate, it will become 88,000. The law says compensation is to be calculated at the current exchange rate. Now I go to the court. Will I ask 85 or 88? How much will I ask? 85 or 88? I'll ask 88. In current exchange rate, you should compensate him. Not on the exchange rate on the date when it got dishonored. No, current date when you're paying. Current exchange rate that is there. You have to pay him in that. Is that clear? Karan is in India only, but the negotiation, the contract has happened in USD, no? Compensation for endorser. First, understand who are the parties. First, understand who are the parties. Yes, Latika, you can recover that also. First, understand who are the parties. Drawer is Arun. Acceptor is Bala. Acceptor is nothing but drawee is Bala. Payee is Charan. Okay? Arun draws a bill on Bala for rupees 1 lakh. The bill is payable to Charan. The bill is payable to Charan. What if exchange rate decreases? Then in the current exchange rate, increase or decrease, current exchange rate, that's it. Charan owes money to Deepak. Charan owes money to Deepak. Instead of paying cash, Charan endorses the bill to Deepak. Now see what has happened. Drawer is Arun. Arun drew the check on Bala. Okay. Payment was supposed to be made by Bala to Charan. Charan told, I have to pay to Deepak. Instead of me, Bala, you pay the amount to Deepak. Are you understanding this? This guy is the drawer, drawee, payee, endorser. Endorser. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Yeah, absolutely clear. Now, on the due date, Deepak presents the bill to Bala. Obviously, on the due date, the endorsee will go to Bala. He presented to Bala. Bala says that and all I can't pay. Bala says that and all I can't pay. The bill is dishonored. Now, you tell me, Deepak went to Bala, Bala dishonored. Deepak will hold whose collar? Deepak will hold whose collar? Deepak will hold whose collar? The bill was dishonored. Deepak will hold whose collar? Charan. Because Charan is the one who endorsed it, right? Charan is the one who endorsed it. So Deepak will hold the collar of Charan. He went to Bala. Bala told that and all I cannot pay. He will hold the collar of Charan. Now, Charan, because he is the one who endorsed, he was like, Rambal Kiyanda Talavali. He pays the bill amount of 1 lakh and also noting charges of 2,000. So he pays a total of 1 lakh 2,000. Now Charan has made the payment out of his own pocket. Charan has simply incurred a loss. Now Charan has the right to recover not just 1 lakh 2,000, but he can also ask for the interest. People are telling, ma'am, interest. Yes, you can ask at the rate of 18%. You can ask even the interest at the rate of 18%. Is that clear? 18% from the date of default till the date of payment. Interest, can you ask it? Yes, at the rate of 18%. Is that clear? Is that clear? I think this is the same stuff, right? It's the same question. Right? Same one. Any expenses incurred, you have to repay. It's the same one. This one alone we see. Drawing bill for compensation. Look at this. Continuing the same example, Charan has already paid Deepak. In our example, Charan has already paid Deepak. Because the bill was dishonored, Charan had no other option, he paid Deepak. Now Charan wants to recover the money from Arun. Instead of immediately filing the case, he's telling, he and Arun are good friends. So Arun is telling, please boss, give me some more time. Draw a new bill of exchange. Charan draws another bill on Arun. This new bill is called bill for compensation. It is called as bill for compensation. It is called as a bill for compensation. Now this bill of compensation will have the same rights that an original bill had. Accommodation bill, it's a fresh bill. Now this bill will have the same rights that the original bill had. Now if this bill is dishonored, I can ask for the principal amount, charges, interest, everything I can do. This compensation bill will also have the same rights that the original bill has. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Renewal of bill, correct, renewal of bill, right? That is your entire section number 1, 1,